What's up, guys? Let me do a mic check. Yeah, I think we're good. I hope you guys had a great Friday. I'm closing it out pretty nicely, up about $4,500 on the day. I made a lot of trades today. I focused really on AMD, Tesla, which were two stocks that we've been trading the last 2 days that have been performing really, really well. And I've also taken some futures trades that just, increased the wallet, right? Or the profit. So I'm excited to show them and exactly how I traded it. And we're at an interesting point, I think, in the market because we're at all-time highs. A lot of the mega cap technology stocks have reported earnings like Amazon, and the sentiment is that earnings are peaking and growth is slowing down. So that's why today we have a red day in the market. We didn't sell off as heavily as I thought we could have, but we're still in red territory. And I think the futures market going into next week is going to be really interesting to trade. I did set myself up to trade futures so that I could capture those overnight sessions. And as you guys know, on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, the futures market opens. And if things do get worse in the United States when it comes to mask mandates, maybe there's even chatter of potential lockdowns coming around in the next 2 to 3 weeks. This is all rumors and speculation, but it's kind of, you can feel the tension, right? And if we get to that point, I think the market is really going to take a hit. So, but with that being said, let's jump right into the stocks that I traded. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notifications button so that every time we publish new videos, you can get notified. And let me know what you think of my trading review. All right, let's jump right into the trades that I took today. So what's important to note is that AMD, I knew that today there was going to be continuation with it, specifically because of that huge breakout that we've had on the daily chart. The last time we had a similar breakout like this was back here. I think this was like last July, right? So, about a year ago. So the timing of it is just perfect. So when we had this just massive breakout in July, you could see on the weekly, this ran for 3 weeks. So in anticipation of a similar move, especially because of just how they destroyed their earnings report, and I know that Wall Street's going to re-rate the stock and the valuation of the stock is going to increase and it's going to be justified. I knew that institutions were really going to come in and push this. I mean, look at the volume that it's got just in this week. I mean, it's incredible. So it's matching actually the volume that we had last July when it made that massive breakout from the 50s and ran to 80s, right? So when we had this huge breakout, I just had a lot of conviction with AMD, which is why I traded it yesterday. But then also today, the way I wanted to trade AMD was the following. So actually, let me take a step back. Yesterday, when AMD pulled back here to the 103 range, I actually bought call options that expired in 2 weeks. Specifically, I swung, let's see if I can find them here. I swung 115 calls that expire August 6th. And this morning, so I did swing those, and this morning, the stock just ran. Actually, those call options, I rung the register 100% gain on those call options, and I sold it right around this zone where we were testing yesterday's highs. Now, yesterday's high is the new zone that needs to act as support. So I was telling everyone, look, let's wait for that breakout on AMD and let's run it. So here is a little, let me zoom in. I'm still new to Think or Swim, so I'm still trying to, kind of get a good grip on it. So this zone, yesterday's high, is the target that I was looking at the entire time. So while I was swinging the AMD calls, I captured this huge rally. I was playing some other plays like Tesla, which I'm going to show as well. And on this pullback, that I got in for a day trade on top of the calls that I had. So I did get into 1,000 shares of AMD. Let me tell you the exact entry point. So my first, still trying to, here we go. Yep, here we go. So at 105.23, I got in a little too early, but I got in on this pullback right here. It still did pull on me a little bit to 104.42, but I had really strong conviction that we were going to see a bigger push. So I held, and it formed a nice bull flag, and once that AMD caught up on the 5-minute time frame, we got that big push, and I was able to secure profits. And let me tell you exactly where I took my profits. Sold my 1,000 shares at 106.24, so exactly a $1,000 gain in this zone right here. So I was in that trade for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I made $1,000 on that bull flag. So I made $1,000 on that, and I made a 100% gain on my call options. So in total, with AMD, I made almost $2,000 profit on AMD. I did scalp AMD right over here. So and this was actually just right before I started recording this. So knowing that yesterday's high should act as a support zone, look at what happened here. The stock rallied, started, a little bit of profit taken here, and boom, what happened? Literally right off of yesterday's high, we get a bounce. So I saw this bounce. By the time I saw that bounce, it was already in this zone. So on this pullback, I got in to AMD with 1,000 shares. Let me tell you my exact entry point. It was actually the last trade I took here. AMD, I got 1,000 shares at 106.37, right? So right in this zone. Oh, I thought I caught that pullback, but I saw the pullback, bounced off the 8MA, and that's when I bought it right here. Held it for a couple minutes. This is the 1-minute time frame, and then look at this volume pop I got. Boom, just out of nowhere. Like 700,000 shares just came in and popped the stock. And what happened? We made a new high on an intraday basis. So that was a nice scalp for me. I ended up taking my profits at 106.71, so right in this zone right here. So that was a quick, additional almost $400 profit on a nice scalp with AMD. So with AMD, by the way, it's not done. AMD is going to continue to move so long as the market doesn't just sell off, right, and correct. AMD has got more in it. I'm not surprised if this stock will be $110, $115 within the next week or two. So that was my AMD play. Let me bring up Tesla, because Tesla, man, this one, we've been playing this Tesla just like madmen over here. Maximize sell. All right, to tell the full story on Tesla, you've got to look at the daily chart on this one, right? Let me even pull up the weekly on this one. So on the weekly, you could see, you see when I zoom in too much, it doesn't really help. So let me just keep it like that. On the weekly, you have a high of 900, and it's just been on a downward trend since January, right? And we have found support on the 200 MA on the daily chart. But then also here, since May, we've been creating higher lows, right? And so now you've got this nice triangle, right, forming, and price action was going to squeeze, whether it was up or down. Today and yesterday, we got confirmation of a price squeeze, and we're riding our way up to 700. 700 is that key number we need to break out of. If Tesla breaks out of 700, guys, we're going to 750, we're going to 800. I mean, this stock has got some like pent-up tension, and it just wants to rip. So on the daily chart, you could see a nice, beautiful breakout yesterday and today. Yesterday, when we played Tesla, my whole thing about Tesla, obviously, apart from the nice rally it had, I wanted Tesla to close above 670, and we got it. Tesla closed right here at 677. The futures market sold off a bit, so Tesla did gap down. But then this morning, let me zoom in here on the 1 minute. You could see here this morning, it was very choppy. But I told everyone in our Discord, all right guys, it's still holding the 670 mark. So this looks good and your risk is pretty minimal. What happened right here? Just explosion to the upside. Within 15 minutes of the market being open, this stock just ripped. And a lot of our traders win this. I was actually, I was actually playing 700 lotto calls, which delivered an 80% return. And also I've been scalping Tesla the entire way up. So this was a really sweet move on Tesla. Within 2 days, we've gotten almost a 50-point move. And just between Tesla and AMD, guys, I mean, I made great money, you know, just day trading the stocks. Let me see, between those two stocks alone, AMD, yeah. So with Tesla, I made $1,600. With AMD, just shy of 2,000. I did take some other trades. Like for instance, I traded the futures market. I was shorting the S&P 500 futures, which I made about almost $1,200 profit there. Played a little bit of SPY puts, but didn't get the move that I wanted. It wouldn't break below 438, so made some money there. And tried to take some other scalps, and like Amazon, small scalp, lost only 170 bucks. ERYP, that would have been a great mover had it actually continued with its momentum. But it just, look at that, it's just died down now. So ERYP yesterday ripped to $22, and then this morning in the pre-market, it had a nice bull flag forming. So I got in on this bull flag just with 1,000 shares, and my total risk was like 780, 770. And the stock actually ripped in the first 5 minutes, upside hold. I was up about $1,000, but then the moment it opened, it just sold off immediately, downside hold. I was like, come on, okay, whatever. So, you know, not a big deal because it wasn't a ginormous position, and plus I was taking other trades while all this was happening. So to be honest, this was kind of like a secondary, like I had this on the side while I was really focused on AMD and Tesla. But nonetheless, it did, you know, kind of consolidate trade over here. And then once it sold off, I took a small $237 loss on this one. Really disappointing because I really was looking forward to this one at least ripping to $10. Because had this ripped to $10, I could have placed my stops at $9, protected, you know, maybe like $600 to $700 of profit, and kind of let it do its thing while I was trading all the larger cap stocks. But we didn't get it. And I was telling everyone, look, it needs to hold 7. If it doesn't hold 7, you know, just let it go. And look at it. That's exactly what happened. It's just down to $6. So, you know, small cap, you know, hype stock, you know, that's not one that you want to marry. You just want to play the momentum. And the momentum died pretty quickly. So, yeah. So with that being said, guys, those are really the stocks that I wanted to cover. So what's important is you protect your profits, stay cash, especially if you're day trading. I'd be very hesitant swinging in this market, especially at the all-time highs. There's a lot of chatter of, you know, potential lockdowns. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it, but if that happens, I mean, the market can put a nice temper tantrum. So I actually did set myself up to trade futures so that if we do get market sell-offs in, you know, overnight sessions, I can capture those moves and make nice profits. So later this weekend, I am gonna do a video on why I switched over to Thinkorswim, which has been an amazing switch for me, and I'll go in more detail about that. So if you've got any questions, guys, feel free to hit me up. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you had a great day, that you ended the week well, and that you ended the month well. We'll start off in August from zero, just like everybody else, and we'll get it, man. Have a great weekend. I'll see you.